Well, welcome to another installment of A Day in the Life. My name is Anthony. We're so excited that you are joining us here today, and I am so excited that I get to introduce a couple of friends of mine who are also part of our church family. Give a big hello to our friends Jared and Whitney. Welcome, guys.
Hi,
How are ya?
we're doing pretty good.
Yeah, good.
Good to see you guys. Jared, I adore you, but every time I see that beautiful mane, I can't help but have a little bit of envy for your hair. Yours too, Whitney. Yours too.
Thank you.
So for those of us who haven't gotten a chance to meet you, Jared or Whitney, maybe give us a little bit talk to a little bit about yourself. Let us know, what your current situation is. A lot of this probably has to do with what I know you both do for a living, but how does this, let us know a little bit about yourself.
So we live out here in South Orange, New Jersey. So we're thankful for having a little bit more space, having a backyard, which has been really nice.
Yeah.
We're on day 70, I think, of our socially distanced quarantine life. We're both actors. We both do theater, like Broadway and off-Broadway shows. So this pandemic has affected us greatly in terms of work. The employment rate for our profession has gone to 0%. There is no jobs anywhere in the country for what we do. So that has been challenging.
Yeah.
It has ended work. I was in a show when this ended. It has postponed future jobs. It sort of left our whole industry in limbo. So it's affecting a lot of people in the New York metro area a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, we were both doing shows. And this was a show she had been doing for years and years, and they found out they were closed while she was on her way to the show that night. So it was very sudden and closed weeks early. I had just started a short-term project that I was very excited about that got shut down right after the first rehearsal. And yeah, I had a couple of auditions scheduled, but they were all canceled. Just everything came to a pretty grinding halt. And now it's just, who knows when it will open back up.
Yeah, we're both teachers as well. I teach voice and Jared teaches acting. And so it's meant a transition to a lot of online teaching, which for any teacher out there knows is a completely different beast than teaching in person. So it's meant that not only have we transitioned to almost full-time teachers, but full-time teachers over the internet, which presents its own benefits and challenges.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Jared and Whitney, for those of you who don't know, I have been a part of this industry for a while too. And it's crazy how small the industry is that in one way, shape, or form, our paths probably have crossed. We definitely have a lot of mutual friends, but before Hoboken Grace, we hadn't really met. And one of the things that I've even noticed during this, I've gotten, and maybe you've gotten similar emails, but I remember as soon as this whole thing started, I got an email from one of my agents who said, they basically had to lay off everybody in their office, right? And it was just them that was running the whole thing from their house, and then my commercial agents, I'm getting like weekly emails for them. So to say that it's hit the industry from all sides is absolutely true. It's been a crazy thing across the board, and I can imagine teaching online something as personal as voice and something as personal as acting, how it can change through mediums as well. And I know your parents as well. So navigating being a parent, navigating this industry, and navigating all that as well. So what have you seen? How are you staying maybe creative in staying connected with not only with your family, but creative ways to stay connected through the performing arts world as well?
Well, I think it's forced us to really value the invention of FaceTime. A lot of FaceTime dates with friends and colleagues and our family. Our profession sort of innately takes the front seat because of how sort of all or nothing it can be. You have to leave space for the work to show up, and oftentimes that can lead you to miss a lot of, birthdays and weddings and family things because you're always working, or you're always like, I have to be available if work comes. Now that space doesn't need to be there. So we've gotten to connect with our family, albeit from a distance, a lot more than we normally have time for, which has been really nice. And really nice for Luna, our daughter, who is 2. Even though it's over FaceTime, she sees her grandmas every day and her cousin every day. We've gotten to connect with family on a much more like regularly scheduled basis, which is really nice.
The situation is also making me just kind of FaceTime connect with friends I hadn't spoken to in a really long time. For some reason, the situation that we're all in makes it feel necessary to reconnect with some people too, which has been really nice and long overdue. So in a way, I'm grateful for it creating the space for that.
That's wonderful. Are you guys finding ways? I know you said you're both teaching, but are you finding any creative outlets for your own work throughout this this time?
Well, it's interesting because a lot of our, I would say a lot of our colleagues, the other performers, I feel like there's 2 camps of people. There are people who are finding this time to be a nice kick in the pants to like create the stuff that they've always wanted to but never had the time. And then I think there are other people who find this period of time to be overwhelming enough that they don't feel like they have anything left to create. I find myself in the latter. I am finding it hard to create just as a performer in this time, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
So I feel like the pandemic has sort of forced me or pushed me more in a direction of just wanting to connect with Jared and Luna and family and feeling the need to invest in that a lot more than wanting to sing or produce creative content at this time. That's just not been where I feel I'm being pulled at the moment. But a lot of people who have done amazing things because they're doing it to raise money for the Actors Fund, which is this incredible organization that has helped out a lot of people who are struggling right now with grants and things like that. So people are using their talents for good at the moment.
Absolutely. And I think, you can't discount the amount of personal work that's going to give to your work down the line. I mean, connecting humanly is something that as actors, I know we all strive to do, and it's probably one of the reasons. I mean, my wife will let you know for sure that I'm an overly empathetic individual, and I create a lot. I literally attest a lot of that to the years spent training as an actor, and I think you can't discount the personal connection and the working on the personal connection and deepening the personal connection, and how just maybe more rich down the line that's going to allow both of your work to be right.
Absolutely.
So what about as we navigate these times as believers, how are you experiencing God through this, or how has it been challenging to experience God through this, or what ways that He's revealed Himself to you?
It depends on the day for me. Yesterday I had a particularly hard day where it just felt like I felt buried by the situation and how long it might be until our industry opens back up and until we can work again, and felt really scared. But then on the other side of it, when I'm able to lean on and trust God, He's taking care of me and us and our family up until this point. And so I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that He will still, the way He always has. And that lifts off the pressure and the fear. So just kind of what he's always done for me in alleviating fear and just allowing myself to trust that it's all happening for a reason and it's building something, even though it seems like so much is being taken away. I trust that it's building something, and believing in that is really helpful for me.
Yeah, I feel like I think it's been a lovely reminder that, for me at least, God can be so easy to experience in the joyful times, that when you feel your blessings like just sort of raining down on you, you just know where it's coming from, and that it can be harder to remember that He's so close when things are hard, and so it's been a nice reminder of that He is just as close now. And also for me, I feel like patience has always been a big lesson for me, just trusting His timing, and that this whole experience is a further sort of extension of that lesson for me, to trust His timing, that it's all going to work out. And yeah, but I think for in finding ways to feel connected to Him, I've started a daily gratitude practice, which has been so helpful, to just remember, even if they're very small in the day, all of the things that I've found gratitude in the day. It really helps me feel His peace in those moments of remembering the things to be grateful for.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And I'm sure patience is something that we pray for, both of having children under 3 in households.
Yeah, all the time.
It is. Well, I'm so glad that that you brought up things like the Actors Fund and all of that is happening, because I know that there are people and people that I've interacted with and continue to interact with that you do take for granted all that goes into your industry, but what is the one constant that's been getting so many people through the pandemic has been entertainment. I saw a person the other day say that I think I've just watched all of Netflix.
That's right.
Any words of hope or encouragement for those who may not, they may not understand this industry from the outside perspective. We definitely consume it, but we don't necessarily always understand that there are wonderful people out there that this is what they do for a living.
Yeah, in theater there are hundreds of people that make it possible for you to see those 10 people on stage. Yep. And by the very nature of what we do, it will be one of the last industries to be able to return to some idea of normal, because we need to be in close proximity with each other, and it needs to happen live for it to be theater. So I think just, really just pray for all those people, the people that are on stage, but also the stagehands, the people in the pit. There are a lot of people in our industry who are affected by this, and we pray that it is it's a speedy return to normal. Absolutely. Well, I am so thankful. I know our people are dying to know what creative types. What are you? Is there anything that you've been watching or engaging with that's been a lot of fun for you during this time? I had never seen The Office, and we are watching The Office, and it is like one of the highlights of my day, at least, is watching The Office. So that has been just joy watching that show.
Yeah, and I guess the time created by all this quarantining has led me to start making this show with my daughter. Yes. When we walk to the pond every day, and I have rediscovered my love of Final Cut editing. So I'm making these trippy, weird videos with my daughter at the pond and releasing them on the internet. So if not for where the world was, I might not have had the time to do that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's creating opportunities and things that we enjoy doing together.
Well, if you ask my household what shows are getting us through the pandemic, we're big fans of Pond Pals. So if you get a chance, are you releasing it on just internet, or are you doing?
Yeah, no, it's all kind of my
internet?
Instagram.
Like I'm 100 on the internet. Are you doing it on the www? On your Instagram, which is just your name, right, Jared
That's my
Zerilli?
name, yeah, at Jared Zerilli.
Okay, we'll post that in some of the Facebook so people can enjoy Pond Pals as well. I do love The Office. I do love seeing our friends Whitney and Jared pop up on our guest spots and all that as well, which has been a lot of fun. It's true.
You and I said, hold on a second.
We rewound and we were like, that's him.
It's true. My brief. You might be able to find me. We were talking about Chris and Anthony in the morning this morning. We were talking about my one line on Nurse Jackie. But you know what? Still get residuals from that bad boy, and I'm so thankful for that one line. Well, listen, guys, I'm so excited that we got a chance to do this, and so excited that we got to connect and to get things out about that, an industry that I hold near and dear to my heart as well. And I know that you guys are just incredible, the way that you serve and love. You've probably seen Whitney on one of our fun videos that we do with the worship team, and just an incredible way to be able to be a part of our family. So I'm thankful that God brought you to be a part of our family. Thank you so much for coming today in the life, and we love you guys, and can't wait to see you both in person and on stage and in our television real soon, my friends. Thanks so much for joining us.